Welcome to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast, where it's all about you, Mama. I am your host, Sheilah. I am here to help the busy, overwhelmed mom reclaim her sanity, balance motherhood, her self care, and to unapologetically grow. I am so happy you are here and hope you plan to stay a while. Kick your feet up, sit back, relax, so we can focus on you. Let's go, cool mama. Hey, cool mamas. This is Sheila, and you are listening to episode 58 of the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast. Hey, girl. How are you feeling today? Well, I hope you are doing well and feeling good from the inside out. Let's go ahead and get into today's Cool Mama check-in. Girl, okay. This week, it feels like a lot. It just really feels like life and motherhood has just been turned up a couple notches, if I'm honest. In all honesty, I haven't made room for myself this week. Haven't made room for self-care. Actually, in a few months, truthfully. And I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling the lack of care. I'm just really tired. And just, I'm feeling pretty out of it. And it's just one of those weeks that feels like, mm, it feels heavy in a sense where like nothing terrible has happened or anything like that. It's like I just feel like the world is on my shoulders and I need a break. Whew, girl. To make a long story short, I need a vacation. I need a vacation, girl. I need a year long vacation. Um but it's just school and kids and husband and work. You know how just things just feel like they're coming down on you at once. Some days it just feels like everything needs attended to. Everybody needs something. And it's like, well, I need something too. I need some rest. And I'm going to do something about that. I'm not just going to talk to you guys about it and not do anything about it. I'm going to do something about it. But, you know, that's what it is right now. And even though I'm going through it over here, I am making it. And I still have a lot to be grateful for. Nonetheless, that will always be the case. I always will have something to be grateful for. And so, I just try to look at those things when I'm feeling those moments, because those moments are real. But that's my cool mama check in. And I hope that you will take a moment to check in with yourself. And remember, if you want to send your cool mama check ins to me, you can send them to keepyourcoolmama@gmail.com. I would love to hear about how motherhood is going for you. How is life going for you? I would love to hear from you, girl. And speaking of being grateful, I want to talk to you about the scripture of the day. So the scripture of the day is Psalms 118:24. Psalms chapter 118, verse 24. I know you know this one. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This is one of my favorite scriptures of all time. Because it reminds me that the day is always good, regardless of what's going on, simply because God made it and He gave me life for another day. And I will rejoice and I will be glad about the gift of life. Motherhood can get hectic and we can get caught up in all of the busyness. But this scripture, I believe, reminds us to slow down and always be glad that this is the beautiful day that the Lord has made. There is beauty in it, regardless of what's going on. So if you're feeling like the world is on your shoulders, like I'm feeling today, just remember this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Just think about the things that God has blessed you with, the things that He has brought you through, and let those things bring you joy and remind you that even if things may be tough right now, it will not always be like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Today, I want to share with you about how motherhood and life is going for me. I want to bring you into my world a little bit more today. I want to talk to you about what's going well, what's not going so well, and the biggest lesson that I am learning in the process. So, I not only think that it's extremely important that as moms, we have a safe place to be vulnerable. But I also believe that it's important for us to hear the truth about how other motherhood journeys are going. What are other moms going through? How can I relate to that? How are they getting through those difficult seasons and things like that? And not to be all up in somebody's business, but just to know that we are not alone and that we can gain a lot of wisdom and knowledge from other moms as we are going on our own journeys. In my opinion, motherhood is not just about your children. I believe it's about you as a whole woman. It's about so many things other than just you having children. How are you adapting to and balancing taking care of yourself and your children or your child at the same time? How are you feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Are you maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself and have a good sense of who you are as an individual? Questions like these, I do believe, are so important to ask yourself and be aware of what the answer is. Because if we make motherhood just about how we are as moms, then we forget about ourselves in the process. We will not treat ourselves with love, respect, and care. And this neglect, I do believe, does affect our children and the motherhood journey in a negative way, even if we don't realize it. If we don't realize it now, I feel like we'll realize it later. So, when it comes to me understanding how my personal motherhood journey is going, I have to pause whenever needed and ask myself these questions because sometimes I can get far away from what's really going on with me and just continuing to go and go and go without stopping. And when I ask myself these questions, it's how I become aware of what is going well, what is not going well, and the lessons I am learning along the way. The things I want to talk to you about today. So, when it comes to what is going well in motherhood for me, it's a very difficult question for me to answer if I'm honest. It's always easier for me to recognize what is not going well. But lately, I have been trying to be aware of the good things just as much as I am aware of the opportunities that I have in motherhood and personally. So, currently, I believe that I am doing well at being present in the moment for my children. I naturally give advice and try to fix everything. If there's a problem, what's the solution? Like my brain is just constantly going in that way. So, what I've been trying to do lately is do my best at being a better listener. I want to be better at listening more and talk less because I believe that they both have a place. This has really been helping me to create tighter bonds with my sons, and listening has helped me to understand them on a deeper level, and it gives them the opportunity to share their thoughts with me without feeling judged. And I feel like I've talked about this before on the podcast, but I just think it's so important for us as moms to listen to our children and to hear what they are going through, hear what they are feeling. And it's something that I definitely want to continue doing more because I haven't always been good at that. Like I said, I'm really good at talking. I'm really good at trying to help you see the situation through, trying to get you to understand what you need to learn more in this situation, things like that. You know, the things that we do as moms. But I'm learning that I won't learn more about my children if I don't listen to them. And I'm learning that sometimes, just like adults, children just want to be listened to, they want to be heard. So I'm doing my best to do better at that. I've been really intentional about it, and I'm happy about where it's going. Okay, so let's talk about the struggle. Well, there are many struggles. My biggest struggle in life right now is finding the ease and balance of taking care of myself just as well as I take care of everyone else. I talked about it in my Keep Your Cool, not Keep Your Cool, my Cool Mama check in. I talked about, how I'm just feeling all of it. Like motherhood and life is just feeling like a lot right now. And I think a lot of that has to do with me not taking care of myself the way that I need to right now. And since I've been back in school, my time is just being monopolized in a different way. It's a lot. And I'm actually in the middle of doing a life audit and just figuring out like what changes need to be made to ensure that I am leaving room in my life for my own well being and taking care of myself. I am currently in the need of more physical activity. I desperately, desperately want to stop being so on and off with exercising. It's a thing that I just, it's been a struggle. It's always been a struggle for me. And I know that I can do better. And I am in need of structure, a solid plan, and accountability so that I can stick to a personalized exercise plan that works for my current lifestyle. Because, things are just busy for me right now, and it's easy for me to make excuses about why I can't do something because I got homework, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I have to make time for myself. It's my biggest opportunity. And there are many other ways I want to take better care of myself. And I know that the first step is acknowledging the problem and, just making a plan to make the change happen. Even if I take that first step many times, because it happens, it's okay. It's okay for me to start over when I get off track. Okay, so lessons that I'm learning right now. I just want to talk to you about the biggest lesson that I am learning from motherhood this year in particular. The biggest lesson is that being present in the current moment is a gift. One thing I want you to know about me, if you didn't already, being present in the moment is a personal struggle for me. I'm constantly thinking about what's the next move, what needs to be done for me and my family, and how I can be a better mom, how I can be a better sister, how I can be a better wife, how I can be a better just friend, all the things, overall woman, constantly thinking about those things. My mind does not rest, and it won't rest if I don't make it rest. So I've been doing my best to be more present, because in doing so, I am allowing myself to enjoy motherhood and actually experience my children growing up. Now, when I say experience, I mean like just slowing down and just watching the growth that is happening. I am noticing that, once I've learned the lesson of being present and in the moment and paying attention to what's going on, I'm noticing just the smallest things in my kids that I would normally miss. Like their features are like changing, they're growing up fast. I'm just noticing how much mature they're getting, how their thinking is changing, how tall they're getting, just in the everyday, like just being present. I'm noticing even from day to day, like it seems like you got a little taller today. And normally I wouldn't notice things like that on like a daily situation type thing, because I'm constantly thinking about what needs to be done, what's next, and what's the problem that needs to be solved and all of those things. So stopping to just be in the moment, it is a game changer for me. I really want to enjoy my children growing up. I don't want to constantly think about, oh my gosh, they're growing up so fast, which that's the thing. And remember, I told you we're going to have an episode about that. But I want to actually experience and enjoy them growing up, not feeling like I'm missing out on something because they're growing up. But no, this is a good thing. They're here, they're healthy, they're well, and they're amazing kids. And I'm just so blessed and happy and joyful that God has allowed me to be their mom. So I want to experience them growing up. And I'm going to be honest, being in survival mode, it robs you of the opportunity to enjoy life. And so much of my motherhood journey, I have been in survival mode and trying to, just make sure that everything is okay. And I want to enjoy life and all that it has to offer. And so I'm not going to allow survival mode to rob me of that. So I'm getting better at enjoying life and being present in the moment. And I hope you are too. Motherhood continues to be one of the best teachers in my life. I'm actively trying to enjoy it, even with all of the twists, the turns, all of the things. It's important that through this motherhood journey, we remember how important it is to catch the lessons as they come, be present in the moment, and be kind to ourselves in the process of it all. So I hope you will join me in just being present and understanding what's going on with you. What are the opportunities? What's going well? Like, just look at your motherhood journey overall. I think that it's really important that we stop, like they say, to smell the roses. Stop and just pay attention to what is happening in motherhood. And I hope that by me stopping and pausing and talking to you about my motherhood journey, that you will stop and pause and think about, how is your motherhood journey going? And think about what's going well, what's not going so well, what's the opportunity, and what lessons are you learning? And journal about it. I think it's important that we stay aware of those things. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with another mom that you care about. If you enjoy listening to the Keep Your Cool Mama podcast every week, please write a review on Apple Podcasts. So subscribe and rate the podcast on whatever platform you are listening. This will help the podcast reach other moms who need encouragement and guidance through their motherhood journey. I love you ladies so much, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. Until next time, remember to keep your cool, mama. I love you. Bye-bye.